Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning has been out for a little while. Today I'm finally giving you my thoughts on it. Hello everybody, my name is Jesse and welcome to my channel. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning has been out for a little while now. I've been able to see it twice in theaters. Today I am finally giving you my full thoughts on this movie. Mission Impossible is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. It is my favorite action movie franchise of all time. So naturally, The Final Reckoning was one of my most anticipated movies for this entire year. And this movie absolutely delivered on everything that I wanted. There are so many moments, so many sequences that I absolutely loved. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites of the franchise. I wouldn't have said that after only a first viewing. And that's why it's taken me so long to get this review out, because I wanted to have a chance to see it twice before reviewing it. And I'm really glad I did, because I appreciated it so much more on a second watch. And not only that, I rewatched all 7 of the other Mission Impossible movies before seeing it a second time. And rewatching all of them beforehand did make me appreciate it way more. The flashbacks in the first hour, every single little callback, little reference, I loved all of those way more. And I think I wish if I had watched all the rest before the first watch, I might have felt the same way. I still loved it on first watch, but I'm really glad that I was able to see it a second time before putting this review out, because it put it much higher on my ranking. So getting into some specifics, of course, the one thing that you need to discuss when talking about a Mission Impossible movie is the action. And this film delivers on all of the action that you want from this franchise. It has arguably some of the best action sequences in the franchise. It had me on the edge of my seat the whole time, holding my breath. And 2 in particular really stand out. There's an underwater sequence, and there's the airplane sequence, of course, that was teased in all of the trailers. And both of them were absolutely incredible. My second time seeing this movie, I was able to see it in IMAX with friends, and it was absolutely amazing. Seeing both of those sequences on the biggest screen possible was an absolutely fantastic experience. You can really tell that they wanted to end this franchise with a bang in the biggest way possible that they could, and they did. There's not much that I can say that hasn't already been said. The action in this movie is fantastic. I loved every single sequence, and it just was everything that I wanted from this final entry. The other thing that I really love about this movie is the way they establish the stakes. The stakes are genuinely higher than they've ever been in this movie. They make you feel the urgency. You know what's going to happen if our main characters do not succeed. And they do a very good job of creating that urgency and creating those stakes. And it adds a lot of tension, and it adds a lot more to the movie. When this movie very first came out, a lot of people were complaining about the first hour, saying there was way too many flashbacks, saying it was, I saw a couple of people say it was poorly edited, or it was confusing, or lots of stuff like that. And I completely disagree with all of that. I love the first hour. Like I said, they do a great job of establishing the stakes, setting up what's to come in this movie. But as someone who has only seen the past 3 Mission Impossible movies in theaters, I love seeing all the flashbacks, seeing little tiny clips. It kind of made me feel like I was able to see all of these movies on the big screen. So for me personally, I absolutely loved all of that. I can see if you think it's slow or whatever, but me personally, I really loved it. And there's a few sequences with the Entity that I think are really cool, really well done. I don't really have very many flaws or things that I didn't like about this movie. I think if I had to pick something, I would just say Gabriel is a little bit of a weak villain. He's not really one of my favorite villains in this franchise, but that's also not why I go to these movies. I don't think that's really why anyone goes to these movies, is for the villains. That's not the point. You go to these films for the action, and this movie delivers on that. So honestly, if you like the rest of the franchise, you will like this one as well. That's really all that I have to say. Like I said at the beginning, there's not a lot for me to say that hasn't already been said by 1,000 other people. So I really love this movie. I have a movie ranking coming out later this week, as well as a top 10 stunts ranking. Stay tuned for both of those. Until then, subscribe to my channel, help me reach my goal of 400 subscribers. It would really mean a lot, and keep watching movies.